What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning to another episode of Right on Cue Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Logan Chestnut from Small Batch Barbecue. Joining me tonight, as always, is my barbecue brother, Mr. AJ Johnson of the Norella Barbecue Team. Mr. AJ, what's up, big dog?
What's up, man? How you been doing, man?
I'm good.
Getting ready for this weekend?
I'm good, man. I am getting rained out. I am so tired of this rain.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain this weekend too, but man, we're gonna get through it and try to have some fun.
Heck yeah, man. That's why they made trailers. That's why God made trailers, because
that's right.
God bless you, tent people.
That's what I'm gonna say. We feel sorry for you, tent people, man. But hey, man, we've been there. So
dude, it rained. I remember it rained last year, because last year was the first year I put up because I had those zip ups.
Yep.
On the sides, and that was last year was the first year I had to use those. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah,
but
those are bad.
They are nice. So I'll be hooking that up as soon as I get there. And I told her I want to park where I was last year, so I had that lake view. And I'm not ass deep in that mud.
For real, man.
I got a heavy girl. Although I'll have to turn around, but we'll figure it out.
That's right.
But anyways, man, I'm surprised are you trimmed up, ready to go already?
Yeah, man. I trimmed some ribs up, and we're waiting on chicken, and gonna load the trailer up tomorrow and just try to be ready for Friday morning.
Mr. 180.
Just got lucky, man. You know how it is.
You know why I got that 180?
Why is that?
Because Justin didn't touch those chickens.
Oh no, that ain't the reason. That ain't the reason. Justin,
you hear that, Justin? I know you're watching.
Yeah, Justin about to come back with a good one.
Is he though? Is he? Stuff's his comeback. Like says, comeback's getting a little weak lately, buddy. You need to brush up on the slang.
He's typing now, just waiting on
it. Dude, that was so funny. I love messing with Justin. The funky chicken. The funky chicken
so
180.
Damn, no so wrong, man.
No, what's wrong is you don't play along with it, man. My buddies, I would show up at my funeral. Like if someone said Logan died, he'd be like, oh, what? I'm like, yeah. I would surprise him at my funeral. Like I would let that thing ride as long as possible. But you're like, oh no, I can't. I gotta text him right back.
Man, this man at work, and you said the chicken smell bad. He's probably in full panic. I was like, man, I can't do this to my guy.
I can. Every chance I get.
Yeah.
No, but it's gonna be fun, man. Big week this week, Memphis in May. Shout out to all my friends and Mo and Bob and all the guys. Heath, everybody's been on the show that's cooking Memphis in May, man. I saw Norris is going to cook it this year.
Yep, Norris is going to cook it.
Bourbon Blues I saw JP's going down there with somebody.
Yeah, I think he's going with Sweetie's Barbecue. If I'm not
mistaken. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Like I said, man, for Houston Rodeo, Memphis in May, I'll be beer bitch. I'm fine with
That's right. Do whatever I need to do, man. Just hang out.
Yeah, hey, whatever you need, man. You need the trash taken out, I got you. You know what I mean? So anybody watching?
For sure. I mean, I wish next year it's on a different date, because I just hate to miss Winchester.
I love Winchester. I got to do my Tennessee comps, and I'm like, any other comp, honestly, a lot of comps besides Winchester, I probably would miss it and just go down there and hang out and help out. But
for real,
I got to do the Winchester. I love that. I love Thames Ford.
Oh yeah, the beer is perfect, man. If y'all not signed up, feel sorry for you. Y'all better get in. It's a great contest.
Uh-huh. Speaking of getting signed up for a class, man, like I said, if you haven't signed up, we are halfway full for the Bob and Mo barbecue show there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for Tennessee Meat Co. We're about halfway full. We're giving away that awesome. I've been working with the Brockhouse owner and getting that all lined up. And we're going to be giving away a nice $1,000 smoker. So, I mean, somebody's making money at that class. I mean, not only you get 5 meats, which you normally get 4, you're 300, 375, which is half of what normal classes are. And you got a chance to win a Brockhouse, and you got a Bloody Mary bar. So I don't know what you're waiting on. Father's Day is around the corner. Make sure you get signed up.
Signed up, man. Y'all
That's
better
right.
Get on it.
And we will be there. I may live stream from there. Who knows? Be on the show too. Lucky you.
Lucky you. Look at Logan with his frappe.
Hey, dude, I got my Nespresso. No, I gotta save money where I can, man. Barbecue's expensive and I can't afford Starbucks.
You got that right.
I got broke bucks where I am, right? So
that's like me, man. Monday I have to trim my dog, and she's looking a little rough right now. But hey,
wait, no, I know, I ain't doing that noise.
Hey,
that dog look like his leopard, just like for next week, just looks at you, just.
I am not spending $80 for letting them trim a dog. I can do it myself.
Man, my dog's like $100 whenever I take her or take him. I was like, whatever. Yeah. I ain't expressing his anal glands. I mean, I know that alone is worth the $100 to me. I'm like, I ain't touching it.
Yeah, now that's one thing I do not do. We take it to the vet for that. That's rough.
Just pop it. But no, man. So we got what up, Weeze?
Mr. 1375, man. He is straight killing it.
Who's that?
Weeze, 1375 in ribs right now. Killing it.
No one cares. No one cares, Weeze. Suck it, Weeze.
Suck it, Weeze Grooving Barbecue.
That's right. Suck it. No, man. But speaking of suck it, no, we got a guy that's on our show, good friend of both of ours, one of our Bama buddies. And is he still first place in both?
He's first place in chicken and second in ribs, I believe.
Oh, did Weeze take him over?
Weeze made a huge jump. I'm talking about huge jump this weekend.
Oh man, well, you gotta catch it up, big dog. But no, man, let's bring on our good friend from Smokey Bees Barbecue, Mr. Hunt Blackledge. Everybody,
the man.
What's up? Hold on.
There you go.
Hey, good to see you guys.
What's up, Hunt, man? Thank you for coming on the show. And would you please just lose some stuff, man? I'm so tired of seeing you up there.
Hey, I think AJ might be taking this chicken reign over. I don't know. You had a great chicken last weekend, so
I know. Me and Hunt with our piddly ass 178.6. I mean,
hey, getting fifth place.
Fifth place of 178.8.
That was wild.
I've never seen that happen outside of like the Royal or something.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I think I gave AJ too many good tips on them chicken.
Yeah, Hunt was like, dang it.
I want to start sabotaging AJ from now on. I want to start turning off this little fan.
So yeah.
Hunt, the viewers want to know: do you have Crocs on right now?
I absolutely do have Crocs.
Smokey Bees Barbecue brought to you by Crocs.
That's right.
For all your indoor outdoor needs.
Yeah, I can definitely take barbecue Croc sponsors. So there
you go.
If you could have like a sponsor for barbecue, that's not like a normal one. What would you rather be sponsored by?
Crocs.
I mean, that'd be a solid one. I would want to be sponsored by Reynolds Wrap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like shout out Reynolds. Like let's make this aluminum foil sponsorship get going.
That's right. That's the truth.
Or pans, man. Pans are outrageous. Sponsored Small Batch Barbecue, sponsored by Aluminum Pans.
No doubt. At least I got a Sam's here in my hometown, and decent prices on the aluminum pans there. So
that's where I get all mine too, man. They were on sale. It's like 2 for $1 the other week. I literally walked in there with those big carts and bought every one they had.
Except for like for my chicken, I have a very specific pan that I do my wrap in, and so I have to buy Amazon out every time I can.
A very specific pan. Yep. What is that very specific pan? Let's let the chicken begin.
Yeah, that's going to be a 48 by 48 inch pan. Nah, no kidding. Kingsford makes an all-purpose pan that is actually just it's a shade smaller than a true full pan, and fits perfect on the drum.
I got you. We're gonna get into that, but before we get going into the nitty gritty, because I plan on shaking as like you're a friend of mine, so I'm gonna shake as much as I possibly can up you tonight. Just FYI. But before we get into the nitty gritty, man, let's start off with the basic intro to every podcast known to man. Mr. Hunt, where did Smokey Bees come from? Give us a little background of that.
Yeah, so 2019, the town I was living in, Waynesboro, Mississippi, hosted an inaugural KCBS event, actually the one and only time. But my brother, myself, and a couple of buddies decided it would be fun to go cook it. Didn't have a clue about KCBS. We show up with my brother's huge smoker that we're feeding like 8 splits of hickory wood every 30 minutes. And despite all that, this is some more fun stuff. We're thinking, well, since we got to cook ribs and chicken, why don't we throw some butts on there and some things? And
who needs airflow?
why not there? And despite all that, we still got a couple of calls that day, and the rest is history. They went back to work. I started buying smokers, and so in 2020, COVID hit that year. So actually, the only comp we did in 2020 was Columbus, Mississippi. Sometime during the fall, I think it was. Amanda and I decided to tag team husband and wife barbecue, and that's where Smokey Bees came from.
Hey, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Well, so you said you started off on like an offset throwing hickory at it, or?
That was my brother's. So the first thing I ever took to a comp was a Rectech pellet grill and a Yoder pellet grill. And that very first comp that I mentioned earlier was in the middle of a tropical storm. I managed to get electrocuted, and that was the last time I decided I would rely on pellet smokers. And that's when I started moving over to some actual flames.
Okay, so
shots fired.
Yeah, for real. So, man, what type of equipment you using now? So you switched up, you swapped.
Yeah, well, hey, I still.
What's your legit flames?
Yeah, I still keep a pellet cooker on the trailer. I mean, you never know when you need it. And so you both know I am a firm believer in having that thing on board. But I'm either going to be running Hunsaker drums or a combo of my Hunsaker drums and the Hasty Bake Roughneck.
Okay.
Good old Hasty Bake.
Hasty Bake. So is there any do you like the Hasty Bake over the Hunsaker for any meat?
I think that so I've been running ribs on the Hasty Bake. The outtake on the exhaust is right at grate level, and it seems to just put a really pleasant smoke profile on the ribs. That being said, I'm like a lot of folks. I get tired of doing the same thing. So yesterday it was I took it off. I'm gonna run drums this weekend, but I mean, depending on what's going on, I run ribs on a pellet grill too. I love some pellet grill ribs. I think it sets the rub nice and evenly. I think you got so much convection. You got to watch out a little bit for the surface drying out too much. But short of that, I think a pellet grill can kill some ribs.
Absolutely. I agree. I concur.
Absolutely.
I'm not able to cook my ribs in 45 minutes like Logan, but
I mean, maybe I don't need to because getting my just like tail spanked in there.
Man, every weekend, me and Hunt is over there wrapping ribs, and here Logan is putting his on the smoker. I'm like, dude, what the?
AJ sweats every time. He goes, "What?" And
I'm like, "What are you doing?"
I embrace it now, though. I'm like, I mess with people bad. Like, what are you doing? Oh, it could be like 11:05. I'm like, oh, I just put the ribs on.
That's right. And the funny thing is, his ribs is done faster than mine. I'm like, how? Yeah, how in the world, man? This is awful. Exactly. That's crazy.
He puts it on at 10 o'clock, and I'm talking to him an hour later. He's like, "Yeah, I got him resting." I'm like,
I don't know, man. Just my timeline. They get done at that time. Do they win? No, but they are cooked and to temp. So
there you go.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm pulling off my chicken and my ribs at the same time. Usually, I'm like, oh, okay. Put them on at the same time too.
That's why you get to sleep in every time. So.
I want to so bad every time. It's like damn kids. Like, I had the young kids, and it just built into me. It's like, all right, especially when like Houston's not there, because I like freak out. I have like internal panic attacks every once in a while, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sleep in. I can sleep until 7, like 7 o'clock, so nice. And then like 5 o'clock in the morning rolls around. I'm like, damn it, I'm up.
I know, man.
Every time, man.
I'm up early all week too, but I got brother AJ over there. If he hadn't seen me pop out of the trailer by 6 a.m., he's giving me a call to make sure I didn't oversleep.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, man, I'm up. I'm like, okay, cool.
Whatever. AJ's like, oh, I don't care. Logan, let him sleep in.
Well, I mean, you don't put your ribs on at 10:30, so
That's
doesn't
right.
matter.
You were like, let him sleep in. I've seen him in his underwear earlier. He's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I have been known to come out there at like 3 in the morning in my underwear to pee.
yep, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Hey, whatever, man. And nobody should be awake at 3 a.m. on the comp. That's all I'm saying. So if you're up and you have that good eyesight, you're welcome.
There you go.
Oh man. So
It's
man, man, we got Winchester coming up, but after that, we have the biggest comp of the season, the World Invitational. Do you have a game plan rolling to that for us? I know, your thighs and legs score good. Can you tell us what your plan is? What you're gonna run?
World domination. That's nah. I mean, I've been lucky so far. I've hit good tables this year. I think I've turned in some pretty good boxes. I'm not really gonna change much of anything. Leg versus thigh. I'm still thinking game time decision. I was thighs all last year. Started playing around with legs in the off season for a couple reasons. Wanted the challenge of being able to figure out how to nail a leg. And then number 2, legs hit. I think judges see a lot of thigh boxes. I think they see a lot of good thigh boxes. And so to try to be able to replicate the flavor and the tenderness from a leg that I was scoring with on thighs last year, I felt like that'd be pretty cool to try to hit on. And all the way back at Foley. So the last 5, 6, 7 comps, whatever we're at this year, I have ran them except for Gadsden, which I don't know. Maybe I need to think more about the thighs. Got a nice chicken call there. So
There you go.
But freaking Logan started just killing it with these thighs too. So I'm probably gonna. I don't know. I'm probably gonna stick with legs. I'll play it till it runs out. I've just been talking with some of my barbecue buds on the master side. You don't have to be stuck in one lane. If it's hitting, run it. If it's not, change it up. Hey, flats are out there too. I hadn't run a flat box this year, but I'm not scared to. They can hit too.
Man, well, yeah, because what's his name?
Michael Underwood.
Yeah. Underwood. He won. He won.
Day one.
Yeah, day one at the last comp. With wings, and I'm like, man, it's Bond. They were good. I mean, he makes great wings.
I ran a flat box last year for the first time at Onion to straight flats, and it scored pretty well. I can't remember, maybe top 3 chicken, something like that, maybe.
I think so. Yep.
Just throwaways. Top 3.
Yeah.
Dude, Hunt's over here pulling like a Larry Bird. It's like, you know what? I think this game I'm shoot only left-handed.
Yeah.
I'm doing leg. You know what? If you're a real man, Hunt, you and Weeze, I'm challenging y'all. See you can win with the breasts first.
So
support the boobies.
Hey, why not turn gizzards in? I mean, we can see what happens.
I think Hunt and Weeze should try it though, man.
Yeah,
y'all can run, see who hits
breasts.
Just run the rest of the year. First one that hits top 2, I'll pay you $100.
There you go. Well, let me tell you this: if Lebanon's any indication, he's gonna kick my butt. So I mean,
no, yeah,
530 plus on 3 meets. He killed it.
Dude,
he did.
My butt's still sore from
yeah.
Everybody is
ass slinging he did. It's all right though. It's okay. No, Man, but I'll tell you what, I'm thinking about, because I saw some of the thigh boxes at the last comp. Because me and Hunt, we both are from the school of Purvis, and he likes big thighs. Thick thighs save lives, as they say. And I'm starting to, I don't know if maybe smaller thighs are starting to hit more, because like some of the ones I've seen turn in are like, mine look like some Dolly Parton thighs. But maybe I need to go a little more, a little smaller.
I don't know, man. There's some trains of thought. Like, to me, it's kind of dependent upon the brand that I'm gonna cook. When I can find springers, I love to cook them. But for uniformity, I find that I am trimming my springers down a little bit more than what I was running last year. That being said, the bigger the piece, the more forgiveness you have in it. You can probably get a little moisture retention, and you got more wiggle room to overcook it, which, I mean, with thighs anyway, if you're not busting, and for me, if you're not hitting 205, you're not finished anyway. So
no. Well, I know, but I feel like maybe the chew, like a smaller thigh, you get a better chew than a big thick one.
There, yeah, and I, we, I kind of like how we do. We'll do some on-site testing of each other. I don't know if I hope that's not sacrilege amongst all the competition enthusiasts, but I mean, shoot, we see what each other's turning in that day, and you can get a little comparative analysis. I mean, heck, helps us try to figure out what these judges want to eat.
Sure. Yeah, well, I sure as hell don't know. You guys have figured it out, but I'm working on it.
Come on, man.
I'm down a friend in.
No, you constantly getting those chicken calls.
I got AJ to swallow one of my bites of food yet, so that tells you right there everything you need to know.
Hey, I don't swallow everybody's food, man. I'll just tell you that.
That ain't what I heard.
Man, look, when I teed that up, oh my gosh.
Wow. I gave AJ one of my first chicken legs, and I already knew AJ's background. Like, he's gonna take a bite, he'll let you know what he thinks, but he's gonna spit it out. And I got to try my chicken leg down in Foley this year, and when I saw him chew it up and swallow it, I said, "Uh-oh, we might."
Look. I'll tell you, man, I don't know what he did to that chicken leg, but it was like he took some Flavor Blast explosion juice and just injected it as soon as he gave it to me. It was like, just wow.
Was a Flavor Blast explosion juice? Like, is that what made you swallow it?
Man, dude. Man, forget what. Look, I'm telling you, the chicken was good. Look, the chicken was that good.
Compliment Springer.
Dude, yeah. I ain't never seen somebody eat a drum like this way. I mean, most of the judges bite like this. AJ's like, "Oh, this is really good."
I did think it was a little odd, but hashtag chicken fever. I mean,
yeah.
Oh no, hey, man!
Look at Justin in the comments. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, AJ. I don't mean to, but God, it's just too.
Right. Hey, it's okay.
When you say Flavor Blast juice explosion, there's zero chance out of zero. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this: the chicken was dang good. How about that? It was good.
I appreciate it.
Fair enough. Like, bone licking good, right?
But when I eat locusts, I'm like,
yeah. Oh yeah, you do that in front of my face. You don't hide it. You're like, all right, here we go. Next. No.
Oh man.
Oh, dude. Anyways, so moving on. What so you're from Mississippi, Hunt, right? You're currently living in Mississippi. What is like the comp scene down in Mississippi? Because that's actually the one state I haven't done.
From the backyard standpoint, it is bad as I hate to say it, it's not hitting on much. There's a couple of backyard events in the year. So last year I cooked a Masters event over at the Reservoir. That was which was pretty cool. It was an hour away from me, and it was awesome to see Bill. He got his seventh win, so got his automatic qualifier for the Jack at that one, and so that was pretty cool to see because I had already taken his course, and he's somebody I look up to in barbecue, and so I was happy to be there. And I mean, the backyard team that never cooks brisket, we pulled off a second place brisket there, so that was pretty sweet.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that next weekend.
That's right, man.
Absolutely the goal for sure.
For real.
Man, no, but Bill, whenever we had him on the show and talking, like I didn't realize me and him's been cooking the same amount of years.
The same amount of time, man.
I felt so inadequate.
It's unreal. Like, you know, you hear his origin stories and, you know, how he got into it, and the fact that he's been doing this, what's he going on, like year 4 right now, something like that. I mean, it's unreal.
I mean, not only to like be swinging, but swinging that hard.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, he's, you know, I mean, he's the cleanup hitter who's hitting 500-foot home runs. I mean, he's killing it.
Oh, it's not fair, but I mean, and granted, in Texas, you know, it's kind of like I equate it to like the old school poker pros, you know, that grind it out and like live action all the time. Then you get these new poker pros that play, you know, 4,000 hands a week online. It's like, you know, down in Texas, they cook every weekend. There's no off season.
Yeah, there's really not an off season. So I mean, he's
cooking like 2 years worth of comps in 1 year.
2 or 3 years of experience in a barbecue season, but nonetheless, I mean, obviously, I mean, he's got it figured out. He's doing it right. And a good guy, you know. I mean, we did the Bill online course through Barbecue Champs, and of course, access to asking him some questions here and there, and then, you know, I competed against him and with him last year out at the Worlds in Kansas. We got a first place chicken out there, and after the event, you know, I go up to him and it's like, hey man, I'm running your process and dang near your recipe. How about that? You know, and man, he just genuinely excited, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, what's he got to lose? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like I'm already going to the Jack and killing it every year. So I mean, everybody else is hitting it with my recipe. That's awesome too.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and it hits. I mean, it's good chicken. It has great taste, and I mean the tenderness. It's good chicken. It's hard to deny it.
It is good chicken. His chicken, like that class, it just his techniques and stuff has definitely elevated my game from, I mean, you can see obviously from last year to this year, it's just, you know, night and day different.
Well, the crazy dude on legs, I was playing with all sorts of different processes and not liking the end product, either blowing out everything or the skin's too chewy or the bite's not where it should be. And I'm just thinking to myself, dude, just back off of it. What do you know? You know the process. Mm-hmm. How you do chicken thighs, cook legs the same way and see what happens. And I'll be dipped without just a couple little modifications on my thigh process. The chicken legs seem to be scoring pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you converted AJ. AJ's now the house of legs.
Man, legs is so much easier, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it was a little struggle. You know, 2 cooks and got our butt handed to, but made some changes and then paid off.
Well, man, I will be doing a disservice to our viewers since I had the number 1 and number 2 chicken teams in the country here. If I didn't dive into more chicken game for questions for both of you guys, since you're both running legs, like, so what's your trimming process on that? If you don't mind me asking, I mean, I don't care if you do mind, but I'm still asking. So like, are you going for, like, do you weigh your legs? Do you try to get the same kind of size? Like, what weight are you looking for?
I'm looking as close to a 5-ounce leg as possible. I'll look at with chicken leg,
right? Pre-trim,
5-ounce bone in, of course, and then you look at the overall shape of it. So I have some legs that are 4.5 ounces, but they hold their shape really well compared to a 5-ouncer. So generally speaking, 5 ounces where I want to be at. And trim process, nothing much. Peel the skin back. I take out the big tendon, and then I nip the knuckle, and that's about it.
So are you nipping the knuckle pretty aggressively, or like straight across, or are you going kind of angle like the shoeless guy did?
I actually like to go almost straight across. One of my little tests that I do at the end is can I let the leg sit flat on the table surface and it stand up? And so I'm not doing it for every leg, but that's essentially what I'm looking for. And I got nothing against kind of the angled cut. They look good in the box as well. Honestly, it's how I trim it. But I mean, I can knock out. So I have weird numbers of chicken that I run, but it's all because of how it fits in the wrap. And so I usually trim out 16 to 18 chicken legs, just like weirdness on chicken thighs. I always run 13 chicken thighs because it fits well in the wrap. So, you do you type thing.
I got you. How about you, AJ?
Man, I can't take credit for trimming chicken. I've done it once, but Justin does most of our trimming. But we do trim similar to Hunt. And from the time I have trimmed chicken, the legs on a practice cook, man, this pretty much the same way. And I'll knock off the end bone, the knuckle, the same way, and just let it ride, man.
I got you. With legs, like I said, and do y'all inject your legs or just brine?
Just brine.
Just brine. When I did legs last year, I mean that's all I did. I just brined as well. I always thought some people, and I've seen a lot of people inject their legs, but I didn't know how that would go because there's not a lot of forgiveness there. I feel like if you could be a squirter, you're biting to like a chicken leg that's been over injected, and you bite into it, is like AJ was talking about, that squirt of juiciness, delicious.
That's right. That's right. The other thing is, if you're trimming tendon, you're kind of cutting off that top little fascial layer, so it's not going to hold injection anyway, at least not well. So, I mean, so it's just, for me, it's just brine them up and cook them.
I got you. So, and like I said, if you need brine, man, make sure you check out Peep Show. Peep Show brine is a really solid choice out there. I'm trying to think what else on legs. So, do you set the skin first, or do you drop it right into the butter bath?
I set rub. So I'll do a little dry brine about an hour before going on the smoker, and then it usually takes 35 to 45 minutes to set the rub.
I got you. AJ, same thing or?
Very similar. I do a little, like I said, season the meat side about 20, 30 minutes, roll the skin back up, do a light cover on the skin, and then, like I said, on the smoker about 40 minutes, and then going in the wrap.
I got you. Do y'all feel like on chicken, like something I've taken a lot of classes and whatnot, and for chicken, I felt like I wasn't hidden because I think I was seasoning it too hard. I was seasoning it heavy like a damn rib. With like chicken, it's a delicate meat, and y'all go like not. I mean, obviously you probably hammer your ribs pretty good, but for chicken, do you layer, or do you like mix it all in and hit it once, or?
I mix my rubs, and
I do too.
I'm really careful to look at the granule size of the rub. The very fine powders, they cake up too heavy on them, in my opinion, and I think that's where you get some weirdness in the skin. So I tend
dark spots.
Yeah, that too. So I tend to I got about 3 or 4 rubs that make up my chicken rub. And anyways, they're all similar consistency, and I don't try to hammer them too hard. Just enough to, honestly, that I know the rub, you're going to get some flavor out of it. That's why I pick the rubs that I use, but I'm also picking the rubs that I use because I think you're getting a nice appearance to it as well.
Yeah. With chicken, I agree with you. The rub, I think you get most of the flavor from chicken thighs. I mean, you get most of the flavors. I think A, from the injection and brine, and B, from the sauce, whereas the rub kind of just gives it that nice appearance. Is more for an appearance and also a finishing at the end. But because I mean, I like mine like the school of beer purpose. I like those little pepper notes on my glaze. And that's another thing on like when you move on like for sauce, are y'all looking for more of like a a thinner sauce, like more of a glaze versus like a thick one, or do you think it matters? So, I know like the too thick, you're going to get gloopy and it's going to, not appearance. But what's your opinions?
I heat my sauce up to about 160, so it's going to be pretty thin anyways. But I mean, sauce should be a complement to the protein. So I don't want you to just take a bite of it and be like, hey, well, there's Blues Hog or there's Slaps. I just want it to be a complement to the protein. And so that's where I feel like the brine and in the setting of thighs, the injections, I've always told you, I'm trying to do my best for chicken to taste like chicken, pork to taste like pork. So I want my brines to be really complementary of the protein that I'm cooking.
Right. You guys are both like me. I mean, and a lot. I think most proteins, we cook on a can or open fire cooking for chicken. Like, how do you think? Why do you think that hits so well on like a can cooker or a hasty bake or mailbox or anything like that versus doing it in a pellet cook pellet? Because I always feel like, because I run a pellet cooker for all my other meats, but for chicken I just feel like can cooking, you get that nice grill flavor, and you feel like that's what the judges are looking for.
High temp and little smoke. I think that's pretty much but there's several folks that do their chicken on pellet cookers, and if you're taking that baby on up to 350 or so, it's putting off so little smoke at that point anyways, so not a big deal at all. I've cooked chicken on the pellet cooker too, and replicated a pretty good comp style chicken. I love those Huntsakers. I can't really put it any other way. I love the drum.
No, fair enough. It was like I know a pro team here in Tennessee that they literally boom, like they do a Fast Eddie. I think they cook theirs on like a 450 or 500 up there, and they hammer it out in 35 minutes. It's done.
Just get it.
Yeah.
So many paths to get there.
Well, the thing is too, it's like if you're certainly folks do chicken on offsets, and they've learned whatever process it is that works for them. Maybe it's a butter bath cook the whole way through, whatever it may be. I'm just not familiar with trying to do comp chicken on an offset, but I'm really careful on the amount of smoke on chicken, just simply because it can get smoky quick. It doesn't take much, and it can actually, we always say smoke is an ingredient, right? And to me, it can just kind of overpower everything else that you're trying to accomplish with it. So I keep it pretty light on the smoke on chicken.
AJ, you like to hammer your chicken with some heavy smoke, don't you?
That's
your secret sauce.
Man, I got some hefty comment cards and tried to figure what I was doing wrong out. I think I finally figured it out, and we're gonna
Well, hold on, AJ.
Oh man,
AJ, elaborate how you got rid of that, off flavor.
Man, well,
let's elaborate to all the viewers here.
Well, a couple weeks ago we had Brad on, and he said clean your drum, and I was like, I don't know about it, but I cleaned the drum and it helped tremendously. So
how'd you clean a drum, AJ?
With cleaner, Sam's Club cleaner.
You mean that didn't add the chemical flavor?
Look, I'm a man. Look,
180 chicken. Oh yeah.
I'm a man that admits when I'm wrong. So I was wrong. Logan, you was right. So there you go.
we're having a conversation afterwards about it. I'm over here like, Brad knows one or two things about chicken. What's Brad know about can cooking? But I don't know.
But I definitely tell you, man. When Daniel came over and he was like, "Hey, man, let me," because I took him a piece of chicken that Sunday and like try this. Like, man, it's smoky. I was like, really? He was like, really, really smoky. So he come over one day. He's like, let me smell your cooker. And he smelled it. He was like, whoa, this is like smoky, bro. Like, you gotta clean it. And when I cleaned it, man, it made a big difference. So
damn it, Daniel.
So right. Pro tip: clean your drums. Clean your drums.
Old videos with Brad and Tim and some of those guys on the gateways. Like they'll tell you when they were first learning to cook on these things, their idea of cleaning it, just run it up to 500 degrees, burn it off. You know?
Yeah.
With that nice grease burn taste.
Yeah,
Mm.
Exactly.
I mean, you're killing the bacteria, but not all that other stuff.
Right.
You know?
And I don't clean my chicken drum. I don't know. I honestly, so I think I'm gonna end up doing 16 or 17 cooks this year, and it may get cleaned twice this year. But I'm running pans and keeping everything pretty neat in there, so I just don't really worry about it. I mean, obviously, if I started smelling something off-putting or getting a taste of something that wasn't there, yeah, I'll clean it. But like a pork drum, it's about every 3 cooks I'm cleaning it.
You got to. I love like getting those. You ever look at the message board sometimes and you get these keyboard guys? It's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll never clean my grill. That just adds flavor. It's years and years of flavor in there. I'm like, oh, it's a flavor, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Off-putting flavor that the judges do not like.
That's
Yeah,
that grease fire flavor. Tasty.
That's that 979 right there. They give you some sevens.
Keep doing it, baby. I will say if I don't like you, I'm like, yeah, I mean that makes sense, totally sense. Just rock on, boy. You see, it's unknown flavor. No, we know the flavor. It's smoke and grease. You know what? Hey, speaking of, not only is it getting your grill to 500 degrees a good way to clean your grill, it's also a great way to clean your dumpster. I don't know if you know this, but fires is not only good for grills, it's also good for a metal dumpster. And
I don't know who done
it for cleaning out that dumpster at the local comp. Make us have the cleanest, sanitized. There was not a single maggot in that dumpster. I guarantee it.
We need to go to Jack's camera and roll the footage back to see who dumped the pan of hot ashes in there.
I didn't believe you, AJ, whenever you said it. Whenever you said it, I was like, did you see the fire truck last time? I'm like, no, I didn't. I was asleep. Like, can you imagine like going out like I do, the 3 a.m. underwear pee, and be like, oh God.
Yeah, the dumpster on fire.
Well, yeah, if Puck Daddy didn't cook on pellet grills, I'd blame him. But
yeah,
I need to be near a dumpster. Like I always love like these conflicts. Some people like complain about being close to a dumpster, the smell and how it could get on their, the flavor on their food. The GC I got last year was a Glencoe, and I was smack dead right on top of that dumpster. And I'm like, that's all I need. I need more trash can chicken.
That's right.
That's my secret ingredient: trash can chicken. No. Hunt, let's talk about that's a great segue into another question we like to ask. What is a great failure story that you've had that somehow turned out good?
Dude, I mean my biggest one I'm gonna say is that first comp when I was in the middle of a freaking tropical storm standing in 6 inches of water. And so I'm trying to my old trailer had the aluminum fenders, and I'm trying to push my Yoder as close to the trailer as possible. And that stainless shelf on the Yoder hit the aluminum fender on that trailer, and I'm standing in water. And hey, that's it. I'm getting shocked. It's like
it ain't an accomplice. There's a little danger.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. And dude, we'll look back at our first boxes and just you can't do anything but laugh. But we still pulled off a chicken call that day. So I mean, hey, it brings you back for more.
Dude, ugly food wins. Like I'm so tired of worrying about appearance. Appearance is the biggest just mirage that there is in competition barbecue. Because we've all done it. We've all go back and everybody posts their pictures of like when they win, of course. And you see some people's pictures and you're like, yep, that makes like when we posted, I'm like, yep. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, well, we're screwed. But you see other people's boxes and you're like, really? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, I try to make a box look nice and neat, and there's the saying, you eat with your eyes first, and I want it to look appealing, but I've seen some questionable appearance boxes tear it up. So I mean, hey, I guess it goes to the saying, you better be putting the 6 right pieces of meat in there. And sometimes I got to tell myself that. I get so focused on hey, it's got to look so pretty, but man, you better make sure that it's something you want the judge to sample.
It needs a good personality. You can't just have a pretty face. You got to have a good personality too, right, man?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
You got to put out too.
Oh man, we talk about from the time you started to now. So can you tell us how long did it take until you start seeing success in barbecue? What made a difference?
Well, first off, I'm like a lot of others. I joined Barbecue League, which is a great get your hands dirty, learn some processes. That'll get you some calls. I mean, that's just if you cook just simply what the Barbecue League puts out on their content, you're going to get some calls. And I did start getting some calls, but you have to, in my opinion, you got to take that, because it's almost as if they teach you some good fundamentals, things that you should be looking out for, but you still got to make the process and the flavors your own. Like I talk about chicken frieds class. So I did Bill's class last year. I had 1 GC under my belt when I did his class, and I use a lot of the processes. I don't necessarily use the same flavors, and I tweak the processes for my timelines, what works for me. But I'm gonna tell you, after his course, I started getting more confident in what I was selecting to turn into the judges. So I easily 8 to 10 comps in before I felt like we were turning in boxes that should have us getting our names called and potentially winning. And you know how it is, even as such. I don't know. I think I'm probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25 comps in the backyard scene. And man, you can turn in stuff that you think this is going to hit, this is going to kill it, and you get humbled very quickly. So, I mean, cook it, be consistent, and then you got to hope that you get on the right tables that day.
Absolutely.
It just kind of comes down to everything's got to line up, and we're lucky this year. No doubt. I've had some good ones line up. So,
oh yeah, for sure, man. I thought that one day you're going to take Wild Child GC and first place. I'm like, I ain't paying this bastard. I wasn't going to pay you. I was going to donate it in a charity in your name.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not giving him the Wild Child. And the funny thing is, you tied for Wild Child too. You won the coin toss.
Man.
I'm like, dude, I was so excited last weekend to win the Wild Child. I was like, finally, yes.
Yeah, you're like on top of the world. Like,
dude, every comp I go to, I host it, or I put it on, and I never win the damn thing. I always Justin's won mine. Like, he should give me a tip from now on, because he's won 3 of the ones I've done.
Yeah.
Wow, man, Rocket.
Pretty nicely though.
What'd you say?
I said Wild Child can pay out pretty nicely.
Wild Child usually pays out the best besides Grand.
Heck,
sure.
I mean, that one one of those contests, I mean, it was like $600, $700.
Yeah,
I think Presecute last year was almost $800, not mistaken.
Don't give me
that. What's that? Oh man, yeah.
Don't get me going on that one.
Yeah, that was rough, man. It was, the announcer, he called me up there because I done Wild Child. He called me up there and he showed me I guess 11th place or whatever, read it off. It was Smokey Bees. Comes to find out it wasn't 11th place chicken, it was like 11th place overall. And so I had to get the money from him and give it to somebody else. I was like, dude, you just made me like a fool, man. The announcer.
It was big. It was a big payout. It was $600, $700, $800. I don't know.
Yeah, it was I was like, man, I got his hopes up and I got to get the money back, give it to somebody else. And it was awesome.
You pulled a Steve Harvey.
Yeah, oops. Not mine.
Oops.
But the guy who won it, man, he was very grateful, man. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna buy me a new smoker, man." I was kind of, yeah, man. It kind of made my day right there. It was awesome.
He has it's some walking around money right there.
That's right.
Some walking around, man. Hunt, you've seen a show. Like, so another question we love asking our guest is, who is some of your greatest inspirations in barbecue? Who's on your meat Rushmore?
Well, obviously Logan. I mean,
there you go.
Thank you. Finally, somebody admits the truth.
It just is what it is. But notwithstanding, I'm like so many guys. Pitmasters, right? That's where watching it on TV and realizing, man, this is cool. This is fun stuff. So all those guys that really brought it to more of a public spectrum, something that we could, flip it on TV and actually watch. So, I mean, yeah, Myron's there, Tuffy, Mo. I mean, Mo is a larger than life personality that can cook some freaking awesome barbecue. How can you not like that guy, And then, we kind of, and I'm sure I'm leaving folks out, but then you shift on into more of kind of like where we are right now, Brad. Him and Tim starting up Barbecue League. I mean, it has taught so many people how to be relevant in the comp scene. So those guys for sure. You know how I feel about Bill Purvis. I think he's an awesome guy. I think he's a great ambassador for barbecue. And then, man, it's people also like Malcolm Reed and Heath Riles. I mean, they're just
Malcolm the Goat.
Man, they're just barbecue ambassadors. Like it's almost like they make it cool for us to have this shared interest. I mean, yeah, I love football. I love watching golf. I love sports, but barbecue's awesome. It brings people together.
That's right. And man,
I think that's things I've kind of learned in the comp scene is like, when we first started showing up, I'm a little timid. I don't know folks. And then before you know it, you do have a barbecue family out there. I talk with you guys as much as I do, my brother, and it's a cool thing. There's no doubt about it. I think that's one thing that I'd love to say to those that are getting into it or are thinking, hey man, I want to try this, but I'm a little nervous about it. Go do it. Go ask questions, man. Have fun with it. I wish I'd have learned that long ago. Like even when we would dip our toes in the Masters events and things like that. I mean, it's just guys and gals out there cooking barbecue. Go have fun.
Right. That's right.
Hey, worst case, you're going to catch a buzz.
For real, man. So we got another question for you. If you could change one thing about barbecue, what would you change?
Honestly, I think I'd say no garnish.
Man, there you go. There you go. Me too.
Save us
no
so
garnish.
much time.
Yep.
So much time.
Because there's so many things, there's so many things I love about KCBS. There's things I mean, we all cook KCBS. If we were in Texas, I'd be trying BCA, CBA, Outlaw, all that stuff. But we're here, and this is primarily what we cook. There's things that we could bring up about, scoring systems and the computer systems and whatnot. But by and large, I think KCBS has great representatives. I think we're lucky. I mean, Carol and Randy, they're top notch to work with. And then you got, Robert and Lex are getting into doing their repping portions and they're awesome. Of course, we cook some with Sam and Janet as well. There's nothing I can, that I can say that's detrimental about the efforts and the jobs that they put in. They're great ambassadors, and I mean they're there for whatever we need. They try to make it a great experience. So that's awesome. So for me, if I'm changing one thing tomorrow, no greenery in the box.
There you go, man. I would 100% agree with that. And touch on what you said about Randy, Janet, Robin Lexman. They are some great reps. I think that we are fortunate to have those people in our corner for sure.
Yep.
Man, last question before we get to the lightning round. So, what are some of your goals for this year?
Man, keep on cooking. I'd love to get. I'd be in the top 10 ribs and chicken. That's an ultimate goal. Early on we've stacked up some points, so that's nice. But you know how it is after summer, it really heats up, and you gotta. I mean, point chasing is fun. It can be a little stressful. The funny thing, y'all know my story. I mean, I didn't even know what points were this time last year, and like Drew and Spence start telling Amanda, hey, Hunt's doing good in chicken. He's getting on up there, and I'm like, yeah, okay, all right. So I just got to win everything.
That's it, man. Just cook better.
Yeah, I get a GC every week, and we'll be good, right? And so I actually started learning about it, but Amanda got freaking competitive about it too, and she's ready to. She likes to get out there and kick some butt, but unfortunately, this year we got a little something going on in that I'm only winning if she's not at the comp.
Oh man. Well, she's coming this weekend, ain't she?
She's coming this weekend.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Let's go, Amanda.
She's so pretty. It just my distraction from barbecue. So, focus on what I'm doing. So, but yep, she'll be here this weekend. So hopefully I can reverse the curse on that.
Dude,
oh man,
that's the trick, man. It's like Russ and Red Bones, man. You get you get a female in the trailer, his scores just go plump down.
Man, for real. But man, those are some good goals, man. And just one of my goals, I'm gonna just add this in here. I think I want all of our group 256 to be in the top 10 so we can make that trip to Kansas, man, and just have a blast. Man, that would be awesome.
Can't wait to get that Dairy Queen gift certificate.
Yeah.
When you win first.
Short negative 20 degrees temps, Kansas.
Yeah.
Last
Hopefully it's not as cold, but yeah, man, that'd be awesome.
But it was a lot of fun, and it goes to show. I mean, we don't. I don't really cook Midwest or Mid Atlantic. So obviously I cook primarily the Alabama, North Alabama, Tennessee scene, and you all three of us, we beat up on each other week in and week out that we can get out there and cook. But we got some great competition. There's a duck gonna walk in there and have a chance to win it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's always a conf. Every time I look at the list, I'm like, it's like a conf full of GCs. It's like everybody here's got one.
Yeah. And I mean, but there's guys that are just kind of getting into this.
The new guys are killing it this year.
They're nipping at the heels, man. They none of them would surprise me walking in there and pulling off a big call or a GC.
I love seeing it, man. Especially like last couple of years, Tennessee hadn't been represented well in the backyard scene at a lot of these comps. I mean, there was Bentley Q and Two Swine and me, and our boy, but there's a lot of like Tennessee teams that are like coming out of the woodwork, and that they're electrocuted's killing it.
Yeah.
Being electrocuted. There you go, Ryan Ford.
Yeah, man, dude, killing it, man, killing it. And then, forgive me, I'm terrible with name. BGR,
BGQ, I believe.
BGQ, man, he's coming on hot, man. He's killing it.
What about?
I remember trying to give them some tips last year. Now they're beating me. I'm gonna ask them for tips.
I was parked next to Big James Kitchen in Lebanon.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna do a lot of them, but he's good.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and it's cool. I mean,
I love it.
You get your name called. You want to know that you cooked well against some really good teams. So,
absolutely. Hey, let me ask you a question. You talked about how you kind of got started like all of us with the TV show with Mo and all them with the I'm in a brain fart. Help me out.
Barbecue Pit Masters.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you think that Michael Simons TV show, Barbecue USA. Why don't you think? Do you think that's going to like create a new generation of comp barbecue people like Pitmasters did, or do you think it's kind of just it's a cool attribute, cool thing, but it's not going to have the same effect?
I love it. I would watch it week in and week out, but we're living in a different time from where Pitmasters was 2010 to 2015 ish, somewhere in there, and now everybody is in this binge watching 50 episodes of something at one time and then lose interest in it and go to something else. So I don't know if maybe that has any issues with it, but me personally, you put a barbecue show on and that's what I'm gonna watch.
There's some great ones out there too.
Heck yeah. And the thing about it is the comp or the food cooking or whatever, it draws you in, and then you really get drawn in by the personalities, and and I mean, barbecue's loaded with just awesome people, big personalities, quirkiness, but I mean, folks that have a lot in common. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, we want to go cook and we want to go win. Hey, I'm as competitive as anybody, but it's also a lot of fun. I enjoy visiting with my buddies. Hey, I'm busy enough at work. That's serious time, and so I always try to remind myself, dude, you're doing barbecue to have fun, lighten up with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, all right, man. I think it's that time of the night. It is time for the Brothers Q Barbecue Supply Lightning Round, brought to you by Brothers Q Barbecue Supply for all your barbecue supply needs. Also brought to you by Springer Mountain Farms and the Good Charcoal Company. Check out Springer Mountain Farms, the Good Charcoal Company, for great quality products for all your barbecue needs. Now I'm working on it, baby. Working on it, man. Gotta get my plugs in.
You gotta do it. Springer Mountain Farms, Springer Mountain Farms, Springer Mountain Farms, Springer Mountain Farms.
Side effects include diarrhea, anal leakage. Working on my quick and small lettering talk.
There you go.
No, man, huh? You've seen the show, so you know it's time for the quick and short answers. So let's hit it. Favorite thing to cook at home?
Seafood.
Solid. Beach or mountain vacation?
Beach.
From the beaches of Mississippi.
Not those. Let's go.
All right, man. At a bar, who goes harder, doctors or nurses?
Say it one more time.
If you're at a bar, who's partying harder, doctors or nurses?
Nurses.
Yeah, that's true. 100%. And teachers and nurses, they throw down hard. What's one thing at a comp that you can't live without and you cannot say your thermos pan?
My air mattress.
There you go.
Your air mattress. If you could said you got a walk-up song at a comp, what's it gonna be?
Well, we had one this year in Lebanon and we got to hear it a couple times. We had to regulate.
There you go.
1G. All right, man. Out of all the rubs that you use and you like, which one has been your favorite and which one's your least favorite?
Oh man, you're killing me on this.
Remember, you're sponsored by some people.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah. Hashtag the real man meat. So, no, love man meat, no doubt. I'm gonna say I use combinations of a lot. LC puts out some great products. I use a lot of LC and a lot of man meat.
Mm-hmm.
Least favorite rub. Man, I don't know. That's kind of tough. So I got this. What's and I hate to not bagging on them. It's a specific one. Remember Simply Marvelous? You know, they've got some really good ones, but they had one that is called like the oh God, is it like the Genie or Trinity or something like that? I can't remember, but it just had a strange taste to me, and that was one of those that I didn't give another chance. So sorry.
I got you. No, speaking of Simply Marvelous, I was some other people talk about it. I need to try their spiced apple they have. Apparently, it's like
Fantastic.
Yeah, apparently it's a game changer.
It is great. Hint, hint, makes a great finishing powder.
Oh, all right. Hold on. All right, man. All right. And Mississippi, where you live, what is your favorite barbecue restaurant?
Oh my God. Locally in my town, a place called Squealers. Pretty solid joint, but I'm like a lot of folks, man. If it's barbecue, I'm cooking it myself. Now, I don't know if we're still lightning rounding or not. I'm giving props out to the night we went to Big Bob.
Gibson.
There you go.
The smoked turkey and the freaking smoked chicken wings at Big Bob's.
Yeah.
Man,
like we're talking top 10 of food that I've had. They were really good.
There you go.
Yeah. And we got so much hate that night from the Bucky's Invitational that we're going to eat at Big Bob's, and I'm like, well, they can suck it because that was delicious.
Guess what else we got? We got a picture of me next to a Memphis in May trophy, and we got full bellies. It was good.
There you go.
It was a good day. It was a good day. All right, man. Well, man, thank you for coming on the show today. This is the time of the show where you can give out all your shout outs and your plugs and let people know where they can find you.
Heck yeah. So Amanda pretty much handles social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, just under Smokey Bees Competition Barbecue. Sponsors, Man Meat Barbecue. Thanks for all they do. Springer Mountain Farms.
Springer Mountain Farms.
Happy to cook them. They're doing me really well. Got some local sponsors here in Meridian. Country Boys Farm to Table, Excellent Butcher, the back porch of Meridian Barbecue Supply Store, another great place. And if I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize, because barbecue and competition barbecue is expensive. So we appreciate everybody that helps us with the good meats and the good rubs and the good equipment.
That's right, man. All right. And if you want that extra boost of explosive flavor in your mouth like AJ likes, make sure you buy all your rubs and supplies from Brothers Q Barbecue Supply.
You ain't right, dude. Just pay back. Just wait.
All right, man. Hunt, thank you for coming on the show. Crap. All right. Thank you for I hope people are going to bring that up now at comps, right?
Oh yeah, just thanks, Logan.
I cannot wait for this weekend. Winchester, let them have it.
When I bring him that chicken leg,
I ain't gonna try.
AJ, eating from the side, not that way. No.
Y'all ain't right, man.
I know. Girl's gonna kick my ass. All right, man. Thank you for coming on the show tonight, man. And I'll be seeing you here this weekend, man. So
that's good, man.
Take it easy on us. See you, buddy. My wife goes, Look, why are you always picking on your friends? I'm like, that's my love language.
That's right. We gotta do the same thing on Saturdays, just not on.
Yeah, man. We got to talk about my knuckle dragging fingernails.
Road rash
fingernails. You know what? I don't care. I do. I chew my fingernails. They are nasty. I have no fingernails. If I ever get a murder, they're not getting any DNA underneath that thing, like down to the nubs. But that is my show. That is our show. That is we show. Using all the pronouns there. But man, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We have another great one coming at you next week. Stay tuned. I'll be announcing that here soon. And we're continuing to celebrate the great teams of Backyard Barbecue, the backbone of barbecue, competition barbecue. So, AJ, you got anything you want to say?
No, man. Just y'all get signed up for the Bob and Mo show. See y'all this weekend. We're invitational. Y'all see us out. man, y'all come say hello and don't forget to mention Right on Cue podcast. Might have a sticker for y'all.
That's right, man. And make sure you mention burst of flavor to AJ.
No, don't suck it, small batch. Mention that.
What? No, oh no, AJ left. Where did he go? Anyways, man, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's our show. Hope we entertained you. Hope you learned something. I tried my best to shig as much as I could off that man, but he is tight-lipped. But I will make sure to video record stuff whenever we cook in the worlds, because we are teaming up to do the super team of Right on Cue barbecue in the World Open. So we're gonna try to throw our hat in the ring. So, all right, guys. Well, until next time, when it comes to barbecue, make sure you're always right on cue.
Right on cue.
See you guys.